So next thing that I really wanted to cover is live chat. As you're going to see as we cover in the course for websites, there's about like 8 things that all websites need to have. Real people, no marketing speak, right? Location pages. There's some core things that we cover in the course, but I think one, especially as of late, that is very valuable is live chats. And we've talked in the podcast. I talk in general why live chat is so important. In general, us as humans are becoming more sensitive to a contact form. And the reason is because when we fill that contact form out, we're just going to get bombarded with calls and emails, and we're going to be on something that we hope we can unsubscribe from. So that's exactly what's happening to our prospects, especially in the business to business world. It's just a reality. That's why a lot of times you'll see leads now are calling instead of filling out a contact form, right? And so because of that hesitancy, live chat is becoming more and more important, and I don't think that's going to go away. The good thing about live chat is it's extremely easy. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do the MSP Camp live chat, and then we'll kind of go over some other options as well. But let's jump in there, and then we'll go to open discussion. All right, cool. So trying to figure out how to pin with. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the back end of the sales page, which is our main page, msp-camp.com. Obviously, our site is now campers. But this is still what we use for a sales page. This is also where we put all of our SEO emphasis, which is doing really well, which is great. So when you come on, there's going to be this little howdy camper, getting lost around these parts, blah, blah, blah. A lot of times people will just exit this and get going, but I've gotten so many leads and so many new members from somebody just hitting this and saying, yeah, actually, blah. And when someone says blah, not only do I get a notification on my web browser, but right here, I see somebody emailed me and said blah, or someone live chatted me and said blah. Now,
Remember that one time I had problems with my account, and that was how I actually reached you at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon?
yes, 100%. Yeah. And and it's helpful because yeah, sometimes I get customer service things through this, and I want to be able to help people quickly because I don't check my email much. So and obviously I'll put we typically reply in a few minutes, but leave your email just in case. And what's funny is people almost always leave their email, even if I respond pretty quick, because this is less scary than more pics without the shirt. If you leave your email. So this is actually less scary for them to put their contact information here than on the contact form. So anyway, now I can reply right away and say, whatever. Just hello or whatever. I was gonna make a joke, but it was corny, so I'm just gonna say hello. Okay, so now I can respond, and now in real time I'm talking to this prospect. Super important, super duper important. Now you're gonna miss some, and that's also completely fine. There are services that they'll monitor this for you. There are ways to automate chat flows. There's 100 things you can do, right? But just to make it as simple as possible, you can get a free live chat from HubSpot. I actually pay $20 a month for my starter HubSpot account. You just set up a chat flow and you can say, all right, I want the welcome message to say howdy camper. I want, do I want them to be able to search into my knowledge base? That's cool. I want to automatically assign it, blah, blah, blah. Display, I want to choose this, my avatar, and I'm going to say this. And you can change it to be a chat flow, but just to get started, you can set up a HubSpot account. Oh, GF Anderson is waiting. Whoops. So there's no excuse not to have a live chat because this is literally as easy as it gets. And then when you get into this thing keeps blocking my view. When you get into WordPress, we should all be comfortable in WordPress. We should all know how to get to our WordPress. We should all have daily backups fully. You just add a HubSpot plugin, which is, again, extremely easy. You go to plugins and you add HubSpot. Now, because that is on your website, the live chat just pops up. No configuration, nothing stressful. You add it in. If you break something, no worries. Your website has daily backups. Try again. And then you get the app on your phone. And now you can get web browser notifications. You can get app notifications. And now you can respond to that prospect in real time. I have no doubt if we all set up live chat on our site, it'll help us get, I would say, at least another lead a quarter, if not a month. So depending on like your site volume and everything else, but
Well, and the
does
nice thing
everybody
is
have
that oftentimes you can actually link that with, we actually have our live chat linked with Slack. So
nice?
even if, I'm not around, which when am I not? Kirk actually has access to send, to reply, even though he may not participate in certain social. So it makes it a lot easier when you have those kind of integrations.
Nice. That's
And I think
another
it
great
also
example.
integrates with Microsoft Teams as well. Kirk might have to confirm that, but I think it does. About 99.9% sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't even know that, right? Like that's the beauty. Like
That's the thing. Like, we don't want to attach ourselves to like a social thing or like sit there and babysit a chat. But I mean, you're on top of your teams or whatever
yeah,
your communication interfaces with your team. Like oftentimes those integrate really well together. HubSpot does a great job with APIs.
that's amazing. I did not know that. And now I'm
And they
gonna
actually do it for free too. If you don't have a subscription, you'll just see the HubSpot logo and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So just want to make sure you covered that because if we don't have a live chat on our website, we need to just set it up. We just gotta get it on there. Sure, you're gonna get questions about your blog every now and then. You're gonna get some questions that are annoying, and that's fine. But every now and then, you're gonna get someone that needs help. Alessandro, are you here, Alessandro?
Yes, I am here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can now. Can you give
My,
your story on live chat?
so immediately after Taher had suggested, first thing that you need to do with your life is implement a live chat into your into your Infotech Montreal site. Took that to heart. Went on talk.to the next day, implemented the live chat on our site. James was not very happy about it because he was leaving for a ski trip and he was like, I don't have time for this. Don't make major changes without me. And then the day after that, we ended up getting a lead from it. It was hilarious. And then I asked him, so do you want to keep the chat or what? And he says, well, if it keeps working like this, then hell yeah.
I don't even care if James doesn't want me to use that. I'm taking this clip and I'm using it on social media. Dude, that's great. When James told me that, because I was on a call with him like the next week, I was like, yes, that makes me so happy. So Alessandro, I appreciate you telling your story on that. And also, Alessandro took the other thing to heart. He got how many Google reviews did you add?
We started out at like 13, 14 or something. Now we're up to 38.
And now, anyone at any point around Montreal that says IT support, IT services Montreal, they're in the map pack when they were not in the map pack. For sure. No matter how much AI happens, that means that now, not only are they displayed on Google, they're also being displayed when people ask ChatGPT. So it's beautiful. Good job, Alessandro. That's a great example of like execution, like executing. So
Doing my best.